Greetings, beloveds. Beloveds, there is a circumstance of change, adaptation, where you are asked to look upon something with eyes anew. You are being asked to consider the way in which you have perceived something, the way in which you have named something, the way in which you have identified something may not be the whole truth. You are being asked to adapt. You are being asked to consider that the way in which you have always looked upon your husband, your wife, your children, your parents, your friends, and your family may not be the very, very truth, may not be the very distinction that you have granted to them. In the naming of something, you have individuated it. You have made it a part of a certain collection, a certain species. It belongs to a certain time, whether it is clothing and cars and rocks. Rocks go through these cycles of evolution, and you can see it when you break it apart and look at it. You look at the rings on a tree, and there is time that is dedicated to these certain periods, times within your life. Oh, those were my teenage days. Oh, these are for when I am old. And oh, there are these lifetimes, past lives, future lives, simultaneous lives. Beloveds, when you can come to see that God is in each and every moment of existence, the entire need for this identification and for this naming and for this whole time space continuum seemingly collapses into this singular point of clarity, this most exquisite moment of saying, ah, yes, the Father and I are one. And all of the names and all of the identification and all the aspects of ego disappear into the nothingness. Now you will be applauded and you will be given your awards for your different various productions, your movies, best actor, best villain, best hero, best lighting, best editing. What you have edited, beloveds, is yourself. You have said, I am relegated to this one particular portion of space and time. This is when I was at my best. And then there was that time when I was definitely at my worst. And beloveds, the truth of it is that God is in every instant, every single moment, every aspect of you. And when you look for God, there is an amazing event that occurs. You find God. And what you find is that God is where you are, always has been and always will be, as I am. So look for God today, beloveds, in everything that you do, every circumstance that you're in, every object that you think that you possess. For God is there. God is where you are, standing in your shoes, wearing your clothes, looks exactly like you. And that is the truth. And there is no other truth. So the naming of objects, the claiming of objects, this is mine, this person belongs to me, this is my beloved, I cannot live without them, I cannot breathe air without them. The Romeo and Juliet-esque essence. Understand, beloveds, that all you need to do is name anything God, and then you have spoken the truth. God is in the water that you drink. God is in the food that you eat. God is in the air that you breathe. God is in the trees that you hug. God is in the roses and the diamonds and the pearls. God is in the horrors and the wars. Look for God in each circumstance, beloved, and judge it not. For in the judging it and giving it a name as anything other than God, you have created the distance, you have created the separation. You have created that schism. So see God in all circumstances, in all situations. The nuance of God that runs in as and through things is that everything is to be loved. Even what you have said, this is bad, this is wrong, this should not be, this shall not be, this won't. Instead of saying no, beloved, say yes to everything, every circumstance, every moment, every experience, and allow yourself to feel the presence of God. The presence of God is where you are. And that is the truth of you. That is the truth of you always. It does not get much simpler than that. Know, beyond the shadow of an ego's doubt, that God is where you are, standing in your shoes, wearing your clothes, sporting your hair. And then when you look upon another, realize that God is in their shoes, looking like them. So when you meet anyone today, you can say, "Hello, God. It is good to see you." For everything, beloveds, is the very fabric of love. And when you look for it, you will find it. Blessings to you, beloved ones. I love you. God is where I am, and God is where you are. And allow God's breath to breathe you the moment that you forget, the moment that you allow to say, yourself to say, "Ah, yes, what was that thing that Yeshua said to us again?" God is, and I am. I love you, and I will speak with you again. He's saying to me, "Beloved and holy friends," they're beloved and holy friends. Yeah. I love you all madly. Thank you so much for being here today.